Week two. Week two. We are almost 2 weeks into the NFL. Ain't that right, Kanal?
I'm feeling too weak, I'll tell you that. We're
Seahawks are facing the Patriots this upcoming weekend in New England, traveling across the country to go and meet them. But you want to just kick us off then, Kanal, on just our good old Seahawks and what you think of the whole situation?
Yeah, so I mean, we have a lot to go off of after week one. I think the first thing we got to look out for is I think Patriots are probably going to try to start establishing the run early. I'm looking at numbers here. Ramondre Stevens last week had 25 on 25 carries at 120 yards, which is,
Ooh,
run
yeah.
defense was weak where we were last year. I try not to think about it. I'm sure you don't either.
Yeah, it's they basically made Brissett a complementary piece to that offense in the first week.
Yeah, and actually, I think funny enough, I think Brissett only had about 120 yards passing. So you go figure. But yeah, so the Patriots are going to try to establish the run early because this is the Mike McDonald era. There's not a ton of new film out there for how the Seahawks are running this scheme besides last week. So Patriots
hmm
are going to look to at film from Seahawks personnel last year, see what their tendencies are at Mike McDonald's defenses this year. But I mean, as far as a safe game plan for them, I think they're probably going to follow up with what they did last week, which is just
hmm
run that ball down your throat. Um,
If we could just stop the run, that's all we can. I feel like it's just it keeps coming back up. It's like creeping little thing of like stop the run, stop the run.
yeah, and we didn't do too bad of a job actually last week. I think the pass coverage defense we stole the show with all the turnovers and them flying around. But what about you? What do you think what you got to look out for?
My three things, or not my three things for the Seahawks, but more so looking at like those highlights. The Patriots still play hard in the Gerard Mayo era. So, Gerard Mayo is now they're 1-0. They have a new head coach. It's not Bill Belichick anymore, but he's the former linebacker of the Patriots, Gerard Mayo. Like I didn't think like that's actually pretty cool that they did that for him. And he won in his, debut, which apparently he's the first rookie head coach to win their debut since 1991. And that was by Dick MacPherson. Apologies, Patriots fans, if you're here on this video, if I messed up his name. But yeah, since 1991, no new, uh, head coach has won their debut game. So they still play hard. Their defense is very stingy. So that defense is still the Patriots defense at the end of the day. And as you definitely mentioned, they run the ball a lot. So it's all about, coming back to what the three things for Seahawks need to do. They need to stop the run. You know, we need to run the ball ourselves. I feel like we can do more. And no mistakes. And by no mistakes, I don't mean what our offensive line did in the first. Basically, don't give us first half Seahawks in week one. We need the second half Seahawks.
And that second half Seahawks was definitely running the ball. Let me flip it over to Twitter really quick. So
What's Twitter got to say?
it's not all gloom and doom on the offensive line. We got to give credit where credit is due. Charles Cross, top rated offensive tackle in according to PFF in the league in week one, after week one, with a 94.8 rating. He allowed 0 sacks, 0 pressures, 0 penalties, a 94.8 grade, 96.1 run block grade, 89% run block win rate, and 22% double team OL help, offensive line help, which is the lowest rate among top 10 run block tackles. So if we're going to run the ball, we're running behind that man.
I mean, that's to me, that's just surprising because, like, how many years have we seen, like our quarterbacks getting sacked and stuff, like, especially the Russell Wilson era where he got sacked a lot in one season? That's a good start, and I'll take that.
Yeah, for sure. And we got to give defense. While we're on the subject too, let's flip back actually, and let's give the defenses due as well too, because we have highest graded cornerbacks after week one. We had Devon Witherspoon and Tariq Woolen as two of the top four. Two
That's what I'm
young,
talking about.
a year two and year three player. That's huge for the future. And our very own Boye Mafe, was third amongst pressure leaders with 9 pressures.
That's what I'm talking about.
But this is a completely new front defense, and I mean, I think the exciting thing for me and you is we're we're finding out as we go along what kind of defense we're going to be. I mean, sure, we had um, a week one, but we can't put a lot of weight behind it because that was a rookie quarterback. I mean, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But the Seahawks did one thing. I found this play, and you remember I absolutely hated this play. And you'll see big Jaron Reed here in the middle at number 90, and Leonard Williams right next to him at 99, and they're dropping into coverage right there. And you have Boye and Moffitt chasing down Bo Nix and escorting him out of bounds politely. Um, I prefer an impolite escort, but that's just me. But
I don't need no extra flags. I don't need no extra flags though.
yeah, but I can't. You remember? I hated this play when we were running it under the Pete Carroll era. He would drop guys like I think it might have been Jaron Reed exactly dropping into coverage, and he just didn't look like he knew what he was doing.
it,
But
it just depends on how it's run here, right? And, we're not going to go like too deep on like how they run this and stuff. But at the end of the day, as long as you got some edge, like the reason why you didn't see it that much either in the Pete Carroll era is because we didn't really have our edge players, our pass rushers getting to the quarterback.
mm,
Which, oh my gosh, did you see Boy Buffet 9 pressures?
insane, right?
Did you see
Like
Boy Buffet get him?
yeah, that's the thing, right? And I think it's a single play, but it looked like everybody knew what they were supposed to be doing in this play. Everybody was kind of in sync. Nobody was miscommunicating. Everybody knew their responsibilities, and that's something to definitely look out for. Um,
You
we
always
didn't
gotta
have,
love those throwback jerseys, man. You gotta love those
you
jerseys.
saw me wear mine
Look at the
last week.
helmet. Oh yeah, of course. Love those colors.
Yeah, I got a lot of compliments for that one. Not many people knew who Steve Largent was. You know who the real ones are.
Hey, Steve Largent, y'all go look him up. There's even like an actual little documentary on him on YouTube, and man, that man knew how to play some good wide receiver.
He paved the way
At
for Cooper Cup.
with he did.
He paved the way for Cooper Cup back in the '70s when they weren't really slinging the ball like that.
A funny story. Him and DK Metcalf were together this week too, and like you had Steve Largent standing right beside DK Metcalf. He's like, man, that guy's just big. That's what Steve Largent said to Metcalf, man. So it's really good that you still got a lot of the old legends still coming around and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. Last week we saw Doug Baldwin on the sideline. We saw Marshawn Lynch giving Mike McDonald a back rub. Like, I think if we're looking at it from like, well, I think Doug Baldwin. I don't have the tweet here. One of the things he said was that it definitely feels like Mike McDonald is the right character profile for what the Seahawks organization has been under Pete Carroll in terms of what the values of the organization are and that kind of thing. And that's kind of an unsung quality in a coach because you want to make sure that he brings in the right guys. I mean, the kind of example, I don't know if it's his fault, is I think of like John Gruden, where he just kind of had like some bad apples come through there.
Hmm.
Usually you kind of associate that with the gardener in that case, right?
Oh yeah.
And so
And
Mike,
of course, I think I caught that tweet too from Doug Baldwin on our socials. But as you can kind of see right there, misreps at misreps. Follow us on Twitter, man. Tweet at us, whatever y'all thinking, just let us know.
oh for sure. Anything else that you wanted to call out for that game? I got one more thing.
Nothing else besides the fact that I want to see what our defense does against the Patriots offense, and
Vice
I just
versa.
I want our offense to actually go 4 quarters, not 2.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, one guy that definitely stuck out from the Patriots win last week was Keon. I think his name is Keon White, defensive lineman. He got 2 sacks.
Hmm.
So be on the lookout for him. They'll try to Patriots mo. I don't expect it to change much. They try to play to their strengths and exploit your weaknesses. Obviously, our weakness is the offensive line. But one thing that I think they called out too, that I wanted to call out was the turnover battle. I
Hmm.
think that's I think that could be a key factor in what this comes down to. Patriots got 2 last week,
Hmm.
and gave up 0. With Jacoby Brissett, we talked about how he only had 120 yards passing, but he didn't force any game flipping mistakes, right? And that's what I think
Yep.
they're gonna do. Is it's probably gonna be an old school football game. I think the over under is like 32 or something crazy low like
Mm.
that. So don't expect any high scoring. At least Vegas doesn't expect any high scoring game. Um, but yeah, I guess that's all we can see.
And we just hope we get the dub.
Yeah.
So yeah. Um. Oh, I also want to call out one. Thank you everyone out there that helped go in, you liked and subscribed. I see some folks subscribing. I see a lot of the view count for our videos that we just put up this week. Appreciate y'all for the support, and hey, stick with us throughout the whole season.
Yep, we appreciate you. I don't know about you, but I love looking at my inbox. I got it on the phone for our email, and we see every time somebody subscribes.
Yeah, man. Like we're over 10 subscribers now.
It's small, but it's
It's
a
it's
milestone.
funny. Yeah, no, it's really funny because like we were not here last season, and like people were still asking us on the side like, "Hey, y'all coming back this year? Like you got the podcast going and stuff." But
And meanwhile,
no podcast currently, but we're going to hit you with all these vids though.
meanwhile we're on the side of like, if you would have liked and subscribed, maybe we would have. But
Maybe if you like and subscribe on this one, hey, say a little comment down there, just say hello, how you doing? What's something you're excited about with this upcoming game, let us know.
yeah, and yeah, take it away, man.
Well, let's get the dub, Seahawks. Otherwise, thank you all for sticking with us through this video and stuff, and we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.
Peace.
Go Huskies.